Hi, I'm Shannon. I am the owner here at Covet the Community Closet. This is going to be a video about making sweater mittens. We're going to be doing a workshop at Slave to the Grind tomorrow, or I guess it would be today when this video is posted. And I just want to share with everybody that couldn't make it to the workshop how to make them at home. So it's really easy, and it's a lot of fun and a great way to recycle. So the first thing you're going to need is going to be a sweater. And I mean, we have a pile of sweaters that we're taking over to Slave to the Grind tomorrow, but any sweater will essentially do. So you pick out the color or the pattern. Ideally, we would like it to be a sweater that can't be worn as a sweater anymore, hence the idea of recycling. You know, if you have a little stain or rip or tear, or, you know, a button's missing, it works out good because you take your sweater that you don't wear and turn it into something else. So the second thing you're going to need is going to be some yarn. We have just a bevy of yarn here from various donations that we've acquired over many of our different workshops that we've done. So we've got a variety of colors, but you're going to pick the one that matches the sweater that you pick out. So next you're going to need a darning needle or a yarn needle, and this is just a plastic one. They're very inexpensive. You can get them at most craft stores or dollar stores. They're plastic and they're metal. So we've got a variety of metal and plastic we needed to get a big quantity for our classes, so today we're going to use the plastic one. You're also going to need a good pair of scissors, ones that can cut fabric, marker. This one's just like a Sharpie style. Note, if you are using a black sweater, you're going to want to use chalk. Black marker doesn't show up on black yarn very well. And I used a piece of recycled paper to make my template. So you need a piece of paper or cardboard or anything kind of out of your recycling bin. Just grab it and we'll get to it. So we are going to start out and make a template of our hand with paper. So essentially just stick your, I've got a big paw, so I just stuck my hand there and I traced around. You want to make it a little bigger than your hand. Just give it some liberal room. And that way you want them to be, all of the mitts to be the same, or the pieces to be the same. So you're going to want to make a template to do that. So now that you have your sweater and you've done your template for your hand on the paper, it is important that you turn your inside inside out, or if your inside is softer and you want that to be the side that sticks out, make sure that you don't draw on the side that you want facing out, or you're going to have the mark of the marker on it. So that being said, we are going to make it flush to the bottom, because the bottom with this double seam here is going to make a cute bottom of our mitt. So we're going to bring our template down and we're going to trace around the outside. So another thing that I did, I made a big error the first couple times I made these, was I didn't do enough facing the same way. So remember, these are a pair and you have to have two of each side. So if you draw this side, then you have to flip it over and do to the other side so that they match. So you have a side for each hand, if that makes sense. So in total, you're going to have 4 of these after we draw them, and then we cut them out. we're going to have 4 of them. So here is one that I've done with another color to show you kind of how I did it. So I drew out using our template, and then I cut around it. So give yourself a little room. You can always trim it off afterwards, but it's good to give yourself like about 1 centimeter all the way around that black where you traced out. It just gives you a little room just in case you need that give. Sometimes you need a little give. So, but I have essentially cut out 4 of them, and as you see, I've got 2 this way and 2 this way. So if that makes sense. I made this error twice where I cut out 3 of the left facing. You have to make sure you have 2 right facing, or 2 right thumbs and 2 left thumbs, if that makes sense, because we're going to put them together. So now I've picked out a white wool from our wool bin, and I'm going to thread it through the yarn needle and tie it off just like you would regular old thread, just like so. Very, very simple. Flatten that out, and you see how I've got the diagram of the mitt all the way around, and it matches up really nicely. So I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to stick my needle, can you see that there, through, and I'm going to pull it out on the other side of where the where I've made the line. So the 2 lines should now match up. I'm just going to tie this off. I find, you're not going to see this anyways, and it's not going to be touching your skin. So we're just going to tie this off, make it nice and snug. First is always the hardest. And then we're just going to do a straight stitch up and down along the lines that we've drawn. So as you see here, this is all up and down the lines. So if you can see that, see how that's on the lines. We're just doing a straight stitch back and forth, back and forth. So as you can see, I'm drawing out here, this is the straight stitch you're going to do all around the entire glove. And that way you're going to keep those 2 pieces together. So after you're done doing the straight stitch all around, you can go around and do a blanket stitch, or you can leave it the way it is. So here's another one of our completed middies. We turned them inside out after we sewed them together, and here's the finished product. Super cute, super easy to make, and 100% recycled. So if you have any questions or you have any problems with your project, you need help, pop it in the store. We'd love to help you out, or send us an email at covetconsign@gmail.com, and we can answer any questions. So have a great day and happy recycling.